Hello, this is Wishingwell and welcome back to Hermitcraft Season 9 Ethos Base. The reason I'm back here is because I thought I'd add another bit of more content to the Hermitcraft Con concept. This way, if anyone wanted to pick up the idea, they've got at least a little bit of a backbone to work with and they don't have to overly think too much on where they might want to start this. Because it's a big idea and there's a lot of things involved. And I like thinking about random stuff, so this works out perfectly fine with me. So what I've decided to do, as I have a chat about the different things that may be involved, I'm going to just use some of Etho's equipment in here and some of the other farms that I've added as well, so you can have a bit of a background and see what they look like as I ramble on about my concept. Now, I don't know if any of this stuff will actually work, but that's not really the idea of an idea person. Idea person are as simple as that. They have an idea. They flush out that idea. They hand it to those who can or possibly would like to put this together. And then from there, they can work out the logistics and see if actually things can work or not. I'm an ideas person. Some ideas go through, but some don't. And I have about 90% of ideas I sit on and don't do anything with. 10% I actually actively do things with. So, yeah. Let's have a chat. So this here, if you may not know, is actually Etho's tree farm. So the idea of the tree farm is to basically dig through here, all the way down the bottom, go through here, slide along, up, down, whee, up here. And then the TNT will gracefully fall through. Like so. Love this tree farm. So with that demonstration, and you can hear the little hopper minecarts doing their little job. So how you would actually start this idea off. So you'd need a website, a specific one that's not a Hermitcraft one, but a Hermit Con website. So the website would be set up in a particular way so you can sign on. So there would be a digital form that you'd access. I think maybe a login would be good too, so then it would be like personalized to you, and then you could have various information in there. You could have the tickets and other things. For example, if there was merchandise that you could literally buy, it would be linked to this website and to your account in that website. Everything in one place makes it a lot simpler. So with the form, let's go this way. This is the bamboo farm. Not bamboo farm. Silly me. Sugarcane farm. So with the form, what you would do is you would sign up to the website. It won't send you spam mail or anything like that. That's not really the point. You can actually, there'd be a way to opt out or opt in, depending, because no one really likes spam. So there'd be a form. The form would have a few boxes in it. One would be your Minecraft user account name, just so that, you know, if you were able to get a ticket, you would be able to get on there and they'd put you on a whitelist. You'd have the email and you would have your Discord name as well. Some are the same, some are different, depends on the person. So from there, you'd fill out, you'd have a list down the bottom and it would give you options of the different events that would be available at the con. So you would tick a box, you get to tick 2 boxes, and then you'd submit your form by a designated close date. So once you've done that and all the entries are in, then this is where the fun starts. It would be on a randomized lotto system. Not actually that you would win something, but you would. Not like a bad lottery, but just a picking out randomly names. So there would be no one would get priority, and it wouldn't matter who they were, what YouTuber they were or anything like that, or if they were high in the Minecraft community. Everybody would have the same chance as everybody else. So from here, you would fill it out and it would go into the pool of names. Where are we? So you go into the pool of names. Yeah, don't fall down here when there's... Ooh, that was close. I found it was really bad if you fell down. Why there was no tree here. Actually, let's just clean this up. It's a bit messy. So while I talk, I'll clean this up. So, when the system had organized everybody into sections and groups, they would, that's when the automatic system would come into play. So what it would do is it would have lots of the different events, how many people, say from 50 to 100 people, depending obviously how big the server is and how much capacity it could hold. Then it would take, and then it would start drawing names out at random, and then it would check the information. And the information they're checking is what you've ticked in the boxes. So if your name is pulled out, and the top one that you picked, say that it was a redstone panel number 2, that you wanted to attend, you would be slotted in that group of redstone panel number 2. So the system would just go through, and then, for example, if the redstone panel number 2 was full and another name was drawn out and their first preference was redstone panel number 2, but then they had redstone panel number 1 as their second preference, then they would be put into that group. And then when these groups fill up and there's another name drawn and the only option that they have is 1 or 2 redstone panels, they would actually go in the waiting list. Now this waiting list is solely designed for if someone can't come to the event, they do something at the event that is inappropriate, i.e. swearing, trying to be a menace, not being a part of the community in a bad way, then they would be automatically booted from the actual server, and then the next person in the section would be actually offered to come in. Now, during the event, there would be a waiting area for these people who literally are waiting to see if another slot is available. They would go in there, and then the next person drawn out would have a little bar that would drop up on the screen saying, would you like to join the event? You press it and you would automatically join in. So depending on how many events and stuff, you could probably get quite a few people. You'd only allowed to go to one event. This way, as many people as possible can actually get to come to the event, which I think would be cool. And I think that would be an okay system on sort of how it works. And so after all this system is played out and everyone is placed into a thing, then a month or so, or how long, logistically, not really thinking of time periods at this point in time, you'd be sent an email and a message on Discord saying, congratulations, you have got a slot in the actual event. If you would like to continue, please log on to your Hermit Con website account and accept. Now this is where you can come into payments, or if it's free or whatever that setting up, that's like an admin thing, not really anything to do with my idea, and that would be more to do with what the hermits think. And then from there you can actually yes, and then go to whatever the next stages are from that, or you can decline it. Once you have declined it though, you don't have an option to actually get back into this lot, back into the convention, as in viewing the actual panels and other activities. So that's up to, some people can't, some people will be sick. You'll have also a limited amount of time. So this is why you need the email and the Discord, because some people don't check Discord, and you hope people would actually check their email. So they would have, say, a month to actually accept this. And if they don't in that period of time, their actual place would be forfeited, and then somebody else from the wait group would be sent the email, and then the system would go through again. And then once everyone has accepted all their little places, then they would be sent out virtual tickets, which give them links and stuff, and they would give you given information as the event goes on. The ideal would to actually have a video on what you need to do, how to actually be part of the event, which I think would be good as well. So you have an introduction video. I'm all over the place, but this is how my brain works. So you'd have an introduction video on, if you want to be part of Hermit Con 2020 ... please do these things, and you'd have, I don't know, a hermit or someone else from the community who was actually running it to sort this out. And then people could go, oh, okay, well, that's how you do it. And it could be something that the hermits could put on their channel so that everybody would, 5-minute, 10-minute segment, just explaining how you get into it, how everything works. Make it visual, easier to understand, and then people can just go and do it. And if they need a reference, there's a video there for them to do that. So that pretty much is how the placement lotto system works, and how to try and make it as fair as possible. Obviously, the event can't be as big as real life because it's virtual, and servers can only hold so many people. So you've got to have limitations. Like I mentioned with you can only do one event, and if you decide to forfeit that, then you don't get to come back in. However, in part 3, I'll explain what is possible and what can happen if you don't get a seat in the actual convention. So I'm going to cut here, and I'm going to then explain in the next video how you would actually, what would happen when you've gone through all this process and actually going into the convention, which is my favorite part, and I was thinking a lot about it last night. So stay tuned and wait out for the next video. This has been Wishingwell, and thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a lovely day.